In this video, we'll see the introduction to Excel, the basics of the Excel. Now, Excel was introduced by the Microsoft Corporation in 1985, and more or less it has around 29 versions of Excels. The famous and the latest would be 2007, 10, 2013, 16, 19, and 365, the recent launch, which works online. The screen I'm teaching you from, the Excel which I have, is 2019. Now, Excel is a worksheet program, that's a spreadsheet program. These are the different sheets that Excel has. That just like the Word has pages, PPT has slides, the Excel has spreadsheets in it. Now, how many spreadsheets are there? If you can see, we are on the sheet 1. This plus sign, I can add different sheets, right? And I can rename these sheets as well if I want to rename it. So I can make it let's say introduction, right? So I can just name it as introduction. So this is how I can remove, insert, delete the sheets. Now, how many total number of sheets are there? So let's see. We have to go here, file, options, and if you can see, include these many sheets, right? So I'm adding 255 sheets, so it's letting me add 255 sheets, but it's not letting me add 256 sheets, right? So maximum number of sheets that can be added to an Excel workbook is 255 sheets. All right, now suppose we have many sheets here, and if you want to see that how many sheets are there, so if you can see this, you can right click here and you can see the list of sheets available. So suppose you have 255 sheets, all the sheets will appear here, and if I just double click, it will take me to that particular sheet, right? So we'll come back here. Now that's a spreadsheet program. As we see, it's an XLX extension. It is saved in an XLS extension. Now this is the quick access toolbar. That's the only toolbar available. In the previous version, they used to have many toolbars like 2003 and previous versions, but here it is the only toolbar. So it gives a lot of shortcuts to us. Whichever information that we tick will be appearing here, and it can use the shortcut for that. Now these are different tabs, as you can see, right? Home tab, insert, and different tabs have the ribbon with different options, right? So insert, I can insert a pivot table, I can insert the link, I can insert a picture. Home tab, I have various other options here. Now we can edit or delete the tab, we can customize the tab, that we'll see later. Now this is the ribbon. Now if I double click, the tab gets hidden, the ribbon gets hidden, right? So I have a bigger screen now. Below that, if you can see this box, this is the name box as it suggests, and this is the formula bar. So if I have a formula or a text or digit or whatever will be appearing here, and this is the name box, so it says the name of the cell where my cursor is, right? Suppose my cursor is here, so this is E6. If you can see, this A, B, C, D are called columns, right? And this 1, 2, 3, 4 are called rows. So this is the cell is the intersection of the column and the row that we have. Now this is the column E and the row 6. So it's saying the cell is on the E6 cell, right? This is I8. This is I13. Let's say this is B7, right? So this is the cell. And these are the columns and the rows. Now we'll see the range of cell. What is range of cell? We'll also see how many number of columns and rows we have, as we have just seen how many number of sheets we have, right? Now if I go down, if I scroll down, right? So let's say I'm going here, 1000, 2000, so it's not ending. So let me press the down button, control down. So it's taking me on the last row. So it is 10,48,576, right? So we have more than 10 lakh rows. I'll press the upper button, that is I have on my keyboard, control up, so it's taking me here. Then I'll press the right button, it's taking me from A to Z, starting from A, B, C, D, and then again control right button, then this is X, F, D. Now how do you come to know how many number of columns we have? So I'll come back here. Before this column A and row 1, I have a button, so I'll click here. So entire sheet will be selected, and it says that I have 10,48,576 R for rows and 16,384 columns. So this is how I can come to know the number of rows and columns, and the intersection of the rows and columns is the cell name. Now what is range of cell? Suppose I want to write 10 and many times, so I can simply drag it. This is called range of cell. I can simply drag that, but I want to let's say I want 10, 15. Alright, let's say I want 10, 15 and the range of 5. So I'll select this both cell and drag it. Right? Suppose I write January. I want to drag this. So I'll write Jan and I want to drag it. So it will go on Jan Fab. Suppose I only want to write Jan. So I'll write Jan a couple of times and then drag it. So it will only show me Jan. Not only that, if I want to write Monday, Tuesday, so let me write a shortcut as MO and Monday. So it's giving me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? So this is how I can see. We'll see other options in the fill options. We'll see how to edit the days in that. So this is how the range of cell works, right? Alright, this is how we can drag the cells. Now, this is the formula bar. So if I write any digit, sorry, if I write 1500, so this 1500 will appear here, right? But if I write a formula, let's say this is the formula that I'm saying to G7 that you are E7, right? So the G7 will display whatever is there in E7. Suppose if I write it 2000, so 2000 will be displayed here. But this is just a digit and this is a formula. It has the reference, right? So in formula bar, if there is a digit, if there is a tax, it will appear that. If there is not, so it will appear the formula. Right, so this is how you come to know. If there is a formula function, you can come to know from this formula bar. Then this is how you can minimize, maximize. You know, this is the button that you can zoom in, zoom out your sheets, your cells, right? So you can zoom in, zoom out the number of cells, the cells you have, the data you have, whereas the ribbon and the tabs remains the same. Now what is navigation? We see that suppose you have lost your mouse, right? So if you can create F6 2-3 times from your keyboard, and if you can see these options appearing here, home tabs, insert. Suppose if I press N, so it's taking me to insert. If I want to press table, if I want to get the table, so I'll press T, right? So this is how it will give me the table, right? So it's asking me that what table you want and you know how long do you want the table. So this is how it can be navigated. Now you can also hide the rows and the columns. Let's say suppose if I want to hide it, so I can right click and hide it, right? Or I can right click and unhide it. Okay, this is how we can hide. We can do the same for the rows and column both. Suppose I want to delete something, so I can delete this, right? So it gets deleted. Suppose I want to delete this, so I'll delete this. So one gets deleted and the another one gets its name. So this is in total the basics of the Excels. What is the screen about, how many cells, columns, rows we have, how many sheets we have, what is the extension, right? We have almost seen, I think, everything here. The name box, formula bar, zoom in, zoom out, the dialog box that's appearing, the number of sheets, right? So we can double click and go to a particular sheet, and the navigation also we have seen. You can close it. If you want to save an Excel sheet, so you can go to file and you can save from here, and it will give you options how you want to save, right? I have already saved, so I can save as well. So please open an Excel sheet and try this out. Thank you so much. In this video we'll see how to launch Excel, how to start Excel, and what are the various options that you can start an Excel file. Now as I have written some, like click on the Excel icon on the desktop, right? So we have an Excel icon on the desktop. If you have sent to desktop, if you have sent the Excel file, Excel icon on the desktop, then we can double click on the same icon to open the Excel. Also we can give a shortcut key on that icon. If we can click the right click on the desktop icon of the Excel and go to properties and assign a shortcut key, let's say Control Shift E for Excel. So whenever I type Control Shift E, the Excel file will open, a blank Excel will open. So this is how I can have these various options to start. Now what is this search option? The search option is very simple. We press a window button on the keyboard and the Excel, we can type Excel, Microsoft Excel, MS Excel to open the Excel file. What is this run? So window plus R, that's the run option we have. So we have to type window, we have to press window plus R, and then it will give us a small dialog box. Let's say I'm pressing Windows R. So it's giving me a small dialog box. Now I have to type Excel, right? So there are some keywords for this Windows button. I cannot type anything to open Excel. I have to type EXEL, Excel only for the to open Excel. For Word I have to type WinWord. For PowerPoint I have to type PowerPNT. For Paint and MS Access, these are the keywords. So please note down that. We can also right click on the desktop. We have a blank desktop, and right click on the desktop and open a new file. Also we can pin to taskbar. That's, if you can see on the taskbar, I have pinned this Excel file, right? So this is how you can send to taskbar, pin to taskbar the Excel, and from double click an Excel file can also open. So please try all these various options. Thank you. In this video we'll see data recognition. So what are the different datas Excel recognizes and what is their alignments. Now, unlike the calculator which only works on the digits, Excel also recognizes the tax, the date and the time. So we'll see various things here. I'll increase this. Suppose if I write any random number, let's say 1200, right? So it is by default on the right alignment. If you can see, it has appeared on the right side. If I write 15, appearing on the right side. If I write my name, let's say Ahmed, if I write my surname, so that is on the left align. So if you can see, this is appearing. Now I have a function called lan, and I give this as the cell reference. Now if I write AAMIR, so it's saying 5, so my name has 5 letters in it, right? If I write 1 2 3, so it's saying 3 because these are just 3 digits. If I write 12 space 12, so that is 4 numbers in 1 space, that is 5. So again, so if you can see, data recognition, Excel recognizes the tax, the numbers. We'll also see how does it recognize the time and the date. Now for time, if I write is equals to now minus today, so, and I'll make it a time format, right? So this is 12 past 12 and 48 seconds. Suppose if I write 13, so this is how I got the answer. Now is equals to this minus the current time, so it's saying 46 minutes left to 1 p.m. So see, you can plus minus the time as well into Excel. Now we'll see how does it recognizes the date. Is equals to today. So if you can see, this is the today's date. Suppose if I write yesterday's date, 4/9/2021. So again, the dates are also on the right align, so it is appearing on the right side. Now we can see, suppose is equals to edate, there is a function that's a start date comma 1 month, right? So again, I'll make it a date function because it was a time function. So if you can see, edate is start date, which is the today's date, and 1 month, so it's telling me a date after 1 month. So it's easily calculating the dates. In fact, we have calculated the dates in much details, right? We have calculated the time also in much detail in different videos. Now if I type just 2, so it is calculating the date after 2 months. Now of course, if I write any date which is before 1st Jan 1900, let's say if I write 12/5/1800, so it will not be on the right side because Excel does not recognize any date before 1st 9/1900, right? Now why it is so, we have seen that in detail in the date where we have explained the dates. So I hope you have understood Excel recognizes numbers, tags, date and time all, and what are the different alignments. Please try this yourself. Thank you.
In this video we'll see what is the difference between a function and a formula. Suppose I have given some months and its sales. Now I want to total it. So first I can do with the sum function that I'll get the answer, or I can do with a formula. So I can add all this information one by one. So I'll get the same answer. So I have myself used some of the cells and did this plus or minus whatever, that is the formula. And if I'm using some by default function of the Excel, that is a function. So functions have arguments. If we see here formula tab, we have function library. So there are various functions available and every function has its particular arguments. So is equals to sum is a function and doing it manually like this is a formula. Please try it both. Thank you.
In this video we'll learn various calculations and various calculations on different cells and various calculations on one cell and what are the problems that we are facing. Now as you can see, the headings addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So we have to add this two. So what I can simply do, I'll use a formula is equals to this plus this. I want to subtract, so I'll say this minus this. I want to multiply, so is equals to this multiplied by this cell. I want to divide, so is equals to this divided by this cell. So we are doing multiplication, subtraction, division in different cell. We did it here in C10, then D10, then E10, so there is no problem. But if we have multiple calculations in one particular cell, there is a little problem. Now we'll see a scenario. If you can see, this is the voice and this is the SMS given, and this is the total of voice and total of SMS. Here we'll see we have free minutes as 120, the actual used is 200, and the cost per minute is 2. Free message is 100, actual used is 150, and the cost is 2. Now how do we solve that? Now free minutes 120 and actual minutes is 200. Now what we will do is equals to actual minus free, because that's free. Now I'll get the answer as 80. Now 80 multiplied by 2, which is D43. But I'm not getting the answer as 2, right? Why I'm not getting the answer as 2? Let's see this also. Is equals to the actual minutes minus the free, which is non-chargeable, and the answer should be different, but it is showing me minus, right? Now if I put this minus into the bracket, it is giving me correct answer. Now let's evaluate. Now 200 minutes, 120 free. So how much will be the chargeable? 80. And what is the cost? 2 is the cost. So 2 per 1 minute, then for 80 minutes it will be 160 as the cost, which is absolutely correct. Here also let me put this into the formula, into the bracket. Yeah, so yes, fetching me correct answer. Now see, 150 actual message, 100 are free, so 50 should be chargeable. 2 is the per SMS, so 50 for 2, then it will be 100. Now this is equals to this plus this. Now this is the total bill. Now if you have understood that without bracket it was giving us wrong answer. Why? That's an applicable of the BODMAS, right? So we had two things in that, subtraction and multiplication. So it was multiplying first before subtracting. That's why we are getting different answers. But if you put bracket, then whatever is in the bracket will be calculated first. So in schools we must have seen all this, that the BODMAS, how does it work, right? So in one cell, if we have multiple calculation, then it will be calculated as per the BODMAS rule, that it will calculate the bracket first, then the exponential, then division, multiplication, addition, and at last it is the subtraction. So please try this wonderful example. It is the easiest and also explains but well that how BODMAS is applied here in Excel as well. Thank you so much. In this video we'll see how to add a new tab, how to customize, hide or delete a tab. Now as we have seen that we have many tabs like home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, and different tabs have different ribbon options, right? Now suppose what if analysis is hidden here, right? Sort and data filter is hidden that. Insert, I have the hyperlinks. Insert, I have the tables. I have the maps, pivot table. Formula bar, I have the calculations options. There's all functions available here. Then on home tab I have various options. So what happens all the time, that all the time we have to search for which option is hidden on which tab, right? It wastes a lot of time. So why can't I make my own tab where I have different options appearing on different tabs to be available on that? So here I can go to file options, and this is customize ribbon. As you can see, I've already added a home tab, right? So that's homework. So I'll click here, I'll press OK. So if you can see, this home tab is added. So this is how, if I click it, it will appear here. If I untick it, it will get hidden. So home tab has various options. Now let's create one more, right? So I can go to file, options, customize. Now I'll say new tab, right? And I'll rename it to, let's say, office work. Alright, and the group. Now how do we want to add the option? Suppose I want the copy, so I'll place add, then cut, add, condition formatting I want, calculate options I want, font color I want, suppose email I want, then macros also I want. So I'll select all this and I'll press OK. So if you can see, office tab is added with all these options of macros, calculations, conditional formatting, copy and cut that we just made, right? If you want to hide home options, I can again also go to customize ribbon from here, and I can click on the homework, that will be hidden, right? So this is how I can hide something. Suppose I want to delete this office work that we just created. So again I can go to customize option, office work, and then right click and remove. So this will be permanently deleted, right? So this is how we can add a tab, customize a tab, hide and delete the tabs. Please try that. Thank you. In this video we'll see what is copy paste and what is paste special. Now if I type, let's say 2000, and I want to copy this, so what I can do, I can simply go here, which is copy. The shortcut in the pop-up is seen Control C. So I can press here copy, and wherever I want to press, wherever I want to paste it, right, I want to select the cell. As we have seen, there are more than 10 lakh rows and 16,000, more than 16,000 columns, right? So we have to give it a location where we want it. Actually I'll keep a pressed, so it is pasting this. So this is how I can do the copy paste. Now is Control C, so I have just just type Control C. If you can see the dancing ends, so these are selected. Now I'm going to another sheet and Control V. So see, if you can see, this has been pasted on the another sheet, so we can copy paste on the another sheet as well. Now we'll see what copy paste and what paste special is. Suppose I want to I'm writing some numbers, let's say 10, 20 and 30, and this is also 10, 20 and 30. Now I want the total, so I can do the total here, which is equals to this cell plus this cell, and I can drag. So this is how I get the total. But what if I don't want the total like that? What if I want these digits to be added on these digits, right? So that I can do with the help of paste special. Now see, I'll first of all copy this, then I'll select this, I'll go to paste special options, and I'll select the add. If you can see this add, right? So you can subtract, multiply and divide, you can practice all this. Now if I just press OK, so what will happen, this 10, 20, 30 will be added to 10, 20, 30. So this will become 20, 40 and 60. Let me press OK. Yeah, so this is how I got 20, 40 and 60. So this is how the paste special works. Now if I have a table, small table here, where in you know, I have given it this border lines also, and this is bold also, and it has some background color also, and this is the dollar sign. Now I want to copy this, so what I can do, I can copy and paste here, right? So this is how I can copy paste. Control Z, I'll remove this. Now I don't want to copy all this. What I want to copy, I'll show you. So I'll just copy here and I'll paste. I'll go to paste special, and if you can see the options, format, formulas, values, formats, right? So I want to only paste the formats, I want to only paste the values. So let me see, I'll only paste the values. So I'll press OK. So see, only the values have been pasted. I'll press Control Z. This is again the selected one. I'll copy. This time I don't want the values, I want the formats. So I'll press OK. So only the formats will be pasted. Now this is actually a vertical table as it has column headings, right? So I want to make it a horizontal table, right? So what I can do, I can copy, I'll go here, and I have an option called transpose in the paste special, this transpose, right? So just as and when I press the transpose, right, this vertical table will become the horizontal table, right? So from the column headings to row headings, right? So this is how the paste special and copy paste works. Please try this on your Excel sheet. Thank you.